Hello. So, welcome to our live stream. I have a quiz for us prepared with 10 questions about the topic inventions. So, this is not something where it's testing your knowledge. This is more about having the possibility to learn new vocabulary, to learn some new things, to practice your English in a community. Hello to you, Christopher Blackwood. Welcome. Hey, oh, it's Ollie. That's a strange name that you have there today. Hey, Ollie, nice to see you. It's been a long time. So we have a very cool quiz prepared for today. We'll wait a second to get for people to get in a little bit to the lesson, and let me add my banner in case you are just popping into this by accident. This is my account. I go live every Tuesday with a live stream with different. I just flew into Atlanta yesterday, so I'm a little bit jet lagged and kind of all over the place. But so please excuse that. But I do live streams for people learning English. On Tuesdays, we have quizzes. Every week, it's a new topic. And today's topic is inventions. And on Wednesday, I go live with a proper lesson with vocabulary, idioms, phrasal verbs, conversation questions. We have a really lovely community that is always very welcoming. So that's what we have. And tomorrow's lesson is going to be very cool. I have worked my butt off on this, trying to get this prepared because I'm taking you with me to Istanbul, at least through pictures and videos. It's going to be a really nice quiz where we have trivia questions and we have, let me close that. Actually, I can't, I need that. So trivia questions and true false questions and videos and all kinds of different stuff. But it's been a lot to prepare. Hey, Karina, darling, welcome. Okay, I missed you too. I missed you all so very much. For those of you who are wondering, I've been off for 2 weeks. I was in Istanbul and I was in Uzbekistan, and I will share my trip with you to Istanbul tomorrow. And then maybe in the next couple of weeks, we'll go to Uzbekistan as well. It just takes a lot of time to prepare. And now I'm in a hotel room in Atlanta, Georgia. I have not been home since 2019. So this is my time to go home and see people. I was just, yes, I know you were. Ollie. Okay. All right, let's pull up our first question. Let me get out of this here, my Back to the Future. And we have a lot of really cool questions about inventions. So if this is your topic, then you are in the right spot. It's a fun thing. So let me pull up the first one, and here we go. All right, let me make myself a little bit bigger. That's a little ridiculous. Okay, there we go. This is looking better. Everything's a little rusty here. Been off for 2 weeks. My brain has been exploring other things. So here is our first question. When was the World Wide Web invented? In 1969, in 1989, in 1992, or in 1999? What can you tell me? When was the World Wide Web invented? So Ollie is going with 89. And who is Christopher Blackwood? Why are you that today? Out of curiosity. So 1989, Karina, I don't know if we have a very small audience today. And I have issues. There we go. We have a third person on board. Okay, everybody's going with B, which is the correct answer. That is, the World Wide Web was invented. Let me pull up my notes closer to me. So the World Wide Web was invented in 1999. Hey, Alessio. Hi, dear. I missed all of you so much. It's so nice to see my little internet family again. Very, very happy to have you here. By Tim Berners-Lee. And it was invented to help scientists share information more easily. So there was never this idea of what it is become, but it was really for scientists to be able to share different ideas. All right, so let's see. I'm going to grab our second question. And with a lot of these, I have some additional information just because I get curious. So I think maybe you're curious too and want to know this stuff. All right, so here we go. We have, it was the first mass-produced car invented? So, what was the first mass produced car invented by Henry Ford? Is it A, the Model T, B, the Model A, C, the Mustang, or the Thunderbird? What can you tell me? By the way, this might be my first time on one of your used. Oh, is it? Yeah, okay, okay. Well, then welcome on board. Welcome, welcome. So, which one do you think? Hey, Renate, not seen you in a while. I was wondering what's up with you. Super happy to have you back. All right, Mustang. Okay, so we have the first guest. So Oliver is going with Model T. We have a C, we have a T, and Alessio's going with A as well. All right, so the answer is actually the Model T. That was the first mass-produced car. I can give you a little bit more information about it. Oh, I wanted to show you a picture of it. The Model T, it looks really fun. It's kind of funny looking. So I'm probably going to go in copyright photo hell, so I will only show it for a second or two. But this is what the Model T looked like. This was the first mass-produced car by the Ford company. And some other little facts that I thought were kind of fun about this is that it was first produced in 1908. It was produced only in the color black because black dried faster, and therefore he could produce more cars. It had mass production techniques, like we said, the assembly line. Let me write that in the comments. But when you have something where one person does one task and they all do a specific task that in the end ends up in a complete object, it goes on an assembly line, so this little conveyor belt thing, then that is an assembly spelling line. I hope I've spelled this right. Okay, assembly line. Let me add that. So yeah, so he used that technique for the first time, using real factory sort of engineering to be able to it. I've seen cars like that on the streets. Really? Okay. And like an old time car show kind of thing, maybe. In 1927, over 15 million Model Ts had been sold, making it the most popular, or one of the most popular cars in history. So yeah, he sold over 27. And that's what Mike and I were talking about, that in the 20s in our live stream just a minute ago, that the 20s could have been a very cool time. Lots of cars coming onto the street, horse carriages being replaced by Model Ts and other cars. So, all right, moving on to question number 3. Let's see, we have 5 people here now. So, and I hope everybody knows tomorrow I will go live at our normal time, and we will travel to Turkey, to Turkey. Actually, I have to say that better, to Turkey together. And I've prepared a super nice lesson, lots of vocabulary, lots of different. We're going to think 6 different destinations or 6 different topics we will have, true, false, trivia questions, videos. So I've really put my heart and soul into preparing a nice lesson to share my time in Istanbul with all of you. So I hope you can make it tomorrow at our normal time here on YouTube. So what was the first email ever sent about? So we had the first email. What do you think that the topic was? Was it A, a job offer, B, a shopping list, C, a birthday invitation, or D, a text message? What do you think that it was? Ollie is going with D, a text message. And if you have anything else you would like to add to this, please feel free to do so. You're more than welcome to add extra information. It's good for your English. It's good for our community. Hi, Gracie, sweetie. You're saying a birthday invitation. Karina's going with D, text message. Alessio says also a birthday invitation. So if you ever have anything else you want to add, please go ahead and do so. Oh, I think I've skipped something. I'm on number 5, but I needed number 3. Let me jump up and we'll go back to 3 and 4. All right. So for those of you who guessed D, you are correct. It was a text message, just like a basic message, and actually not something super exciting. It was just, the message was a simple message, something with random letters like Q, V, R, TXP, something like that. It had no meaning. And the purpose was just to see if it worked. Gracie, great to see you. Yes, I missed our lessons so much. I was like itching. I wanted to go live last week on Friday because I missed you all so much, but it was probably better that I didn't, just so that we now have a really nice lesson for tomorrow. It has put a lot of energy into it. He also, so the inventor, his name is Roy Tomlinson, and the first text message, yes, thank you. You have it. Ollie, you know this stuff. So the content was not documented, but it is widely believed to have been a random string of letters. And those are the letters that I have exactly. And he also invented the @ sign. So before that, we didn't have an @ sign. And yeah, and this message was sent in 1971, the very first message sent at that time. So let's go back and let me try to find number 3 here for us. And let's see. All right, I thought I was on number 3. So this is all over the place. Well, maybe I'll just go chronologically. No, maybe I just clicked on the wrong number. Okay, anyway, human error. Here we go. Number 3. What everyday item did the inventor of the light bulb also help develop? Did they develop A, the radio, B, the car battery, C, the washing machine, or D, the movie camera? What would you say? What everyday item and did the inventor of the light bulb also help to develop? What do you think? One of these other things he invented. So it is a he. What do you think? And, I've lost my fake coffee. So, okay, Gracie's going with a radio. Renee's going with a radio, most probably the radio. Okay, I get that. I get that. The answer is actually, oops, so Ollie's going with D, the movie camera. Ollie, you are 4 for 4. A from Karina and Alessio. So the answer is really for the movie camera. Thomas Edison didn't really invent it, so helped develop the camera. So there was already a bit of an invention in the works, but he took the technology that was out there and improved it greatly. And then I have, hold on. This was the first produced movie camera. Yeah, the first produced camera was invented by Louis Le Prince in 1888. And stick around because I have the first photo later on to share with you. All right, so let's move on to number 4 since I bungled that just a minute ago. And then we'll move on to 6 because I did 5 first. All right. I'm surprised how well I'm holding up. I'm very jet lagged. I don't know if you were in my last live stream, but I flew to Atlanta yesterday. And so now I woke up at 4:40 in the morning today. So I'm kind of like, yeah, I've been up now for a good 4 hours. It's 8:17 in the morning here. And after our live stream today, then I'll get a car. That's why I'm staying close to the airport and drive to Nashville. I have a 4-hour drive up north to Nashville, Tennessee, to visit my family there. All right, so enough of that. The first photograph ever taken was of, so here we have that. Okay. So was it a street in Paris? A person jumping like woo? Was it a bowl of fruit? So a little still life photo, or the moon? What do you think? Okay, so Ollie's going with A. Any other guesses? Karina's going with C, a bowl of fruit. What else can you tell me? What do you think? The first ever photograph. And while you're guessing, then I'm going to throw up that picture that I have for us. And yeah, maybe that's huge. Oop, okay. So Ollie's going with A, Karina's going with C, and the answer, Gracie, hey dear. So B, we have a D from Alessio. So yes. So for those of you who guessed A, Ollie, you are really, You're nailing this quiz. So yeah, so the answer is a street in Paris. And this is the first photograph that was ever taken. Again, I won't show it too long because I don't know if I'm going to go and copyright hell on Instagram or YouTube, whatever, wherever we are. This is the photograph. It's rooftops of a Parisian or a French, I don't know if it's in Paris. It's a rooftops of some little French village, I guess. The first photo was taken of the view from the window of Le Gras, captured by French inventor Joseph. So Le Gras, I guess, is an area. All right. French inventor Joseph, I'm going to kill that name. So, yes, Monsieur Joseph. All right. Thank you, Ollie, for the extra info. Always, always, always welcomed. Okay. So, we already did 5. So, let's jump on to 6. And let's see. So remove from the studio and add an image. Let me find number 6 for us. And here we go. All right. What was the first name ever posted? Oh, sorry, image, not name. What was the first image ever posted on the World Wide Web? A, was it an image of a cat? B, a rocket? C, a photo of music, maybe of a musician? Or D, a computer? You can tell I'm staying right by the airport, huh? I could show you my view. I booked the cheapest room I could find, and yeah. Let me see if I don't know how I can switch that. Okay, let me see if I can switch the camera. Can I do? Oh, no. Okay, never mind. Anyway, I'm right next to a 6-lane highway, and I just saw an airplane land. So yeah. So what are you guessing? Do you think it was of a cat, a rocket, a photo of music, or a computer? What is the photo of me? Okay. And it should be, yeah. See, a photo of CERN comedy band called Les Horribles Scenettes. All right. So Renee's going with A, and Karina's going with A. And our answer is actually, guys, you need to follow Ollie today. He is the king of this quiz today. So it was a photo of, and it should be of musicians or a musical band, and I somehow didn't finish it. So C is the correct answer, and I have the photo that was the first image because I'm always interested in these things, so I think that you are too. So again, I will show it very quickly so that I do not get into any kind of legal trouble. That was the photo, the first image that was ever sent via the World Wide Web. And these were ladies that were scientists that worked at the CERN laboratory. And so that's why they were called the terrible CERNettes, girls from CERN. What else can I tell you? They were a female parody. Okay, we have really loud plane. A female parody group, and they played a lot for different events at CERN. They were also scientists, like I said. This was their big claim to fame, really. And the first website that was ever made was, and let me put this actually in the comments in case you wanted to see it. It's still online today, and you can check it out. It's http. Wait, hold on. Let me get rid of this. http. Doop, and then backslash. Doop doop, and then info dot cern.swiss. So this was the first website that was ever invented, and if you want to check it out just to see what it looks like, I guess it explains what the internet is used for, what you do, what it is, what the purpose is. But that's the very, very first website. It's still in usage today. I hope they've not updated it. It'd be so cool if it was like something from, when was this? I'm not sure. Ollie, maybe you know. The photo was taken in 1992 by Silvano De Gennaro. It was uploaded by Tim Berners-Lee. Yeah, okay, our World Wide Web guy. Yes, okay, cool. So they remind me of the B-52s, the way they're dressed in this sort of 50s look, this group from the 80s and 90s. All right, moving on to number 7. Let's see what we've got. Let me find it real quick for us. And we are headed to inventions, to very cool, useful inventions. So let's see. What invention was originally created as a tool for sailors, but is now used in phones for direction? So, was it a barometer, a radar, or compass, thermometer? Which one do you think that the answer is? So, an invention usually was originally used for maritime use, for people out and at sea, for navigating different things. So, which one do you think that it is? What is our correct answer? So, Renee's going with B, or radar. Oops, let me see. A compass from Ollie. Any other guesses that you can give me? Compass. Oops. Yes. Natalia, hi, sweetie. Welcome, dear. So everybody's saying C, a compass. Exactly. So C is the correct answer. And just so that we're all on the same page, so Karina, dear, C is the correct answer, compass. And so the compass was invented around the 11th century in China. So I find that really mind-boggling. And just in case someone doesn't know what a compass is, it's a little often circular device that shows the direction north, south, east, and west. Barometer is a tool that measures air pressure and predicts the weather. It was invented in 1643 by Evangelista Torricelli. Is that a lady? Would Evangelista be a female name? That would be cool. Radar is a system that uses radio waves to find the location of objects like planes or ships. This was invented in the 1930s, just before World War II. And let's see, and a thermometer tells temperature and how hot or cold something is. And it was invented in this early 1600s, though Galileo made some earlier versions in 1600, 1610. So these instruments, other than the radar, have been around for a long time. I'm really surprised that the compass was already invented by the Chinese in the 11th century. I find that really fascinating that it's that old. Today, smartphones contain a digital compass, a magnetometer that works in conjunction with the global with GPS. Super. Thank you, Ollie, for the extra info. Appreciate that. All right, moving on to number 8. Let's see what we've got. And voila, there we go. Okay, video games. Who does not love a video game? What was the first video game ever invented? Was it A, Pac-Man, B, Super Mario Brothers, C, Space Invaders, or D, Pong? What can you tell me? Which was the first video game ever invented? And if you have any extra information, Ollie, then let me know. I'm always game for more info. More info, the better. We all learn together. Karina's going with A, Pac-Man. Okay. Nice classic game. Alessia's saying A. It was tennis for 2. So I guess you're guessing Pong. I hope I have found this time. Okay, so Renee, you're going with A. Gracie's going with B, Super Mario Brothers. All right. I think that's the majority of the people in our audience who have voted. Thank you very much. Who have answered, that is. So the correct answer is Pong. And it's that game where you have these lines and you have this kind of cube ball and it's like boom, boom, boom. Hello, Abu Fazil. Hello. So, and it's this very, like, from Atari and all of these like very old school so video games. Other things I can tell you is Pong was the very first arcade video game ever made. It came out in 1972 and helped with the start of the video game industry. It was created, thank you, Ollie, by physicist William Higginbotham. That's a fun last name. I would not want that last name, but it's a fun one. To For entertainment at the Haven National Library. Okay, so I have a different name. I have a different name, Ollie. Okay, we need to like figure this out. I have the engineer who made Pong, Alan Alcorn, created it as a practice project. He didn't know it would become a world famous game. I think you're talking about something different. And this might be because they had a lawsuit where maybe they were invented at the same time somehow. But this Pong game was invented by this Alan dude. The game was inspired by table tennis. We also call table tennis ping pong, so pong for short, which is why the players control two paddles and hit a square ball that moves back and forth. The other thing is that people still use Pong today, even though it's very simple. It is used in teaching, programming, game design, and yeah, and the history of video games. So people who are learning how to program video games still use this game as one of the first things that they need to program. I did a bit of research and it said it was developed by William in 1958. Okay, well, that's a long time ago. I think that they had a lawsuit. I don't really know, but yeah, so I don't know. Somebody invented it. Maybe it was this. Maybe is one of these things where you have the first person who invents something and someone comes along and makes it a better invention and then they get the credit. Maybe it's something like that, Ollie. I can imagine this happens all the time. All right, moving on to number 9. To question number 9. Let's see. Oops, what am I doing? And okay, number 9. So, all right, what everyday item was first invented? So, was it scissors to cut things, a fork, a toothbrush, and glasses? What can you tell me? What everyday item was first invented? Scissors, fork, toothbrush, or glasses? What do you think? And which one? Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess that would be the oldest. So, what can you tell me? Scissors, fork, toothbrush, or glasses? I find this really hard. I mean, because all of these, I feel like fork is probably a later invention just because many cultures, people don't really use forks. They use more spoons and maybe knives. So I don't know. But what do you think? Anybody have a guess for me? So Ollie's going with A, scissors, question mark. All right. Good guess. Anybody else want to offer a guess? I don't know if you're busy and doing something else, but I'll go ahead and tell you the answer. Okay, Gracie, thank you. C, toothbrush. All right, so we have A, we have C, and the correct answer is actually A, scissors. I'm surprised that that is the first. Hello, Yelena, darling. Welcome back. Hello. And you're guessing B, fork. Okay, so the answer is actually A, scissors, and they were invented. Actually, let's do this as a guess. When do you think scissors were first invented? When do you think that scissors were first invented? Give me a year, please. When do you think that happened? I find this crazy. And while you're guessing that, so glasses came about in around 1285 to 1290 CE. They were invented in Italy. The first eyeglasses were made in northern Italy for monks and scholars. They were called the choppers, invented by human ancestors over 2 million years ago. Okay, cool. That's not what I have. They were invented in ancient Egypt at around 1500 BCE. The earliest scissors that were made of bronze and looked like two blades. So like two blades connected in the middle. So like here, and then some string where my fingers intersect. So I don't know. You have other facts today for me. It's cool. This is not a competition, so whatever. But yeah, all right, maybe. The scissors, then fork, was around 7th to 10th century common era. Oh, and I should say also eyeglasses were 1285 to 1290 CE. So people up until that point, so 1,000 years ago, no, less than 1,000 years ago, about 1,800 years ago, we're still running around not being able to see. I don't know how people did it. That's probably, yeah, I have a -4. I have really bad eyesight. So I don't know how people got around without being able to see. I would probably have been the first to have been eaten by the saber-toothed tiger because I had no glasses. But yeah, so made in Italy then, and then toothbrush was 1498 CE in China. There were other sort of options of, like, chewing sticks and things like that, but the first proper modern style with bristles where you have the brush it part on it was invented in China back then. So again, pretty late in our evolution if you think about it. Then the fork was around 7th to 10th century in the Middle East in the Byzantine Empire. Forks spread to Europe later to become the common dining table, to be common at dining tables in the 1600s. So yeah, so I think that's interesting because I feel like there are many cultures that don't really have such a strong connection to the fork. The spoon, most definitely. In very many different cultures, you have a spoon or a knife. So, oh wait, scissors were invented around 1,500 BCE in ancient Egypt, with an earlier similar spring scissor type in Mesopotamia. Okay. All right. I was looking at the wrong info. No worries, no stress. We're all sharing here. Okay. Last but not least, folks, let me remove this and add our last question for the day. And let's see. And then I'm going to drive up north to Nashville, Tennessee. So the microwave oven was invented because a scientist noticed what melting in his pocket. Was it A, coin, B, ice, C, a pencil, or D, a candy bar? What can you tell me? What melted in the scientist's pocket that made him think, oh, I can make a microwave? I think inspiration comes at the strangest times for the strangest reasons in the strangest ways. So this is one of them. What do you think? Working with different energy waves and something melted in their pocket. So Ollie's going with D. Any other guesses for this answer? What can you tell me? So Renee's going with D. Thanks for guessing. And let's see. What time is it? 8:37. Okay. Alessia's going with D. I think it's kind of the most logical answer in a way. Well, ice could also, but why would you have ice in your pocket? All right. So, yes, of course, the answer is D, a candy bar. Thank you, Gracie. The microwave oven was invented by the scientist Percy Spencer, noticed a chocolate bar or a candy bar in his pocket was melting while he was working on an active radar set. Exactly, Ollie. Thank you for sharing that. Do I have anything else that I want to add to that? So, this accident gave him the idea, you know what? If this can melt stuff, maybe it can also cook food. So then he started working on these microwaves to be able to cook food. And that's how that came about. He began testing it with popcorn and an egg, and soon he was able to create the world's first microwave. What year are we in? Do we have the year? I don't have the year. I'm curious what year it is. Ollie, do you know which year that this happened? You're very good with information. So anyway, so yeah, candy bar, it melted in his pocket. He was working for microwaves, and so he thought, okay, I can take this technology and use it to create food. And that is all myself. There we go. Ta-ta. If you have made it through this entire live stream and you don't already follow my account, I highly recommend you do. Right here, you can follow me, and I go live every Tuesday. Usually, I think it's at an hour late or 2 hours later than today. And tomorrow, I will go live with a really, really nice live stream about my trip to Istanbul. We will learn vocabulary. We will learn a couple of idioms. I'm going to show you some videos, some pictures, trivia questions, so you can learn about some different buildings and places in Istanbul, and I can take you along with me on my journey. So I'm very excited about that live stream tomorrow. And yeah, I hope you all had a wonderful day. I'm very happy to be back teaching with you all, or not really teaching, just hosting lessons with you. Thank you very much. It was in 1945. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you for your wishes for my trip. I'm going to now go and try to get my rent-a-car, drive for 4 hours, and go and see my stepmom, my brother-in-law, some aunts and cousins. So yeah, I'm on the road. See you tomorrow. Take care. Bye.